So 19k likes versus 74k dislikes. Is it just a crowd of haters trashing a good game? No, it's simply that the gamers are tired of seeing online games being so hollow. Many studios nowadays trying to copy one single cartoon style and shove it into every game. The Killzone games were harsh. The Horizon single-player games has a different style. That is why this cartoonish slop caused such a reaction. Hi everyone, this is Alex, and here's what I want to say about Horizon Hunters Gathering. Sony is actively expanding the Horizon universe. They are pushing the game to the east with Steel Frontiers and to the western audience with Horizon Hunters Gathering, with one simple goal: profit and expanding the audience for future movie franchise. According to Sony's latest Q3 2025 results, they've earned $2.3 billion by pushing games beyond their main platform, and with Gathering, they clearly have no intention of stopping. I consider the visuals a losing move, but it's a trend. To grab attention, you need bright animation with sharp movements. You need dynamic. I think Overwatch started this trend, and now World of Warcraft has it, and Horizon Gathering is trying to copy this style too. And of course, such a sharp contrast with the original graphics will also cause a wave of negativity. But again, this is done to expand the audience. Fewer polygons on the screen means covering a larger group of people with weaker hardware. Plus, they filled the trailer with goofy, silent protagonists. The characters themselves are also done by template. There are brave heroes, there are cunning heroes, and we have a tank in the form of a fat woman. Isn't this an ideas crisis? A large character is always the one who has a shield in any form. I honestly don't care if this is done under pressure from inclusivity trends or if it's done because they just decided so. It's a weak execution. The only real difference is that they decided to make this game co-op instead of competitive shooter. What jumps out immediately is the typically pretentious intro, but this caused dissonance between the visuals and the narrative in the trailer. They show a typical script, danger and the battle of heroes. A simple, laid-back script, typical filler content without much depth. This is a classic move. Sony cannot rely only on the hardcore fan audience. It needs growth, and that is why it tries to capitalize on a wider audience. For casual gamers who never played Horizon games, this is supposedly more appealing. And I'm sure that under the comments and dislikes, it was exactly the hardcore fans who piled on, the ones who actually care about games. And this is a double-edged sword. On one hand, the more casual crowd might be okay with it, solely because it offers a co-op experience. On the other hand, it will be harder to create a base for the game from more casual gamers, and it will be perceived as a periodic game to kill time in the evenings, rather than a main session game, while hardcore players, most likely, simply won't care about this game at all. Globally, online games try to look either more friendly and overly soft, or epic and edgy, but hollow. Gathering tries to combine these traits, but in reality it just looks like a cartoon taking itself too seriously. Sony is actively looking for ways to earn money. They want to monetize the game as strongly as possible. I think the fact that they didn't speak about the price of the game saved them from a tsunami of rage. But I think this will be a paid project, $40, maybe even more. Sony actually had one perfect example of a successful co-op game, Helldivers 2, and one of the reasons it worked was that it leaned heavily into nostalgia for the Starship Troopers vibe. But that game is rated M for mature. Instead of visceral damage or tearing of components, the game literally shows little dizzy stars circling over the machines' heads. I believe from the point of view of the fan base and people who like Killzone and Horizon single-player games, if they made Gathering lean into a darker atmosphere, it would have been a victory. If they repeated the same approach to the game as Helldivers, it would have been cool. Even if they left this cartoonishness, but even then, that would make the game stand out. But as it is, it blends in with many other online games. Goofy characters, cartoonish style. Let's see what time shows. Globally, I think it's still too early to call this game Concord. Perhaps after the beta test, things will be clearer. Thanks for watching, subscribe and hit like if you are tired of hollow cartoonishness in online games, and write in the comments how you generally feel about the Horizon universe and how did you like this trailer specifically. See ya. By the way, I produced the entire soundtrack for this video. If you like the atmosphere, the link is in the pinned comment.